The Rochester Fire Department has been educating the public on what a career as a firefighter looks like.
Yeah, 13 Wham's Chris Lopez wanted to know what it takes, so he put the uniform on, called them up first, put the uniform on, and there he is out there working for the fire department this morning. Chris, how's it going?
It's heavy. It's going heavy, Dan and Abby. It's going heavy this morning. It's a beautiful day to be doing this. I'm here with Captain Lopez this morning, Rochester Fire. So let's get right into it. What am I going to be put through this morning to see what these guys go through?
Well, good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Glad you're here. We're going to put you what we call a TOAG. That's a task-oriented air consumption drill, and you'll be going through about 4 or 5 stations that mimic what we do as firefighters, and you'll be on air, so there'll be a little stress, but we'll be here to help you in case you need it. But this is what kind of shows you what we do as firefighters. The recruits get this early when they're in the academy. We just graduated 50. We have 5 here for EMT school. That was they're in phase 2, but they have to go through this. They'll go through this early, and kind of sets the pace for them, sets the tone. And sometimes it takes them a little bit to get used to having all this gear on, but by the end of it, they're doing pretty well.
And why is this important? Why these drills specifically, out of anything that they could go through?
Well, a lot of these drills, all 8 of them, mimic somewhat what we do. For example, when you go through it, you're going to climb 3 flights of stairs with equipment on, and you're going to feel like we go to high-rise fires. Sometimes the elevators work, sometimes they don't. We don't use the elevators anything below 6 floors, so we have to carry equipment up flights of stairs. That mimics that. What we call a forcible entry. They'll be hitting that tire for 15 hits. They got a pike push and a pike pull and pike push station. They'll be mimicking Overhaul. The tool carry station, where they'll be just carrying saws, all under duress. They'll be on air. It gets warm, the heat builds up, and they keep going until they breathe their bottle down. And so we're trying to get a gauge. When they first start, they really breathe that bottle down really quick. And then by the time they leave here, some of them go up to 20, 25 minutes on that bottle.
One question, how do you think I'm going to do?
I think you're going to do just fine. We're here for you. We're here for you.
I love it. Dan, Abby, this is, how much would you say roughly I'm weighing extra in gear?
I think probably about 70 to 80 pounds in gear.
Man, okay, I can feel every bit of it on me. It feels like a blanket. I'm not used to this at all. I'm used to a big rucksack on my backpack, but this feels restricting in pretty much any way that I can move, whether it's left, whether it's right, forward, or backward. It feels like a, I don't know, heavy blanket pretty much, for a lack of better words. I'm gonna send it back to you guys in the studio. This should be very fun, very educational. Let's hope the weather cooperates with us. Back to you guys in the studio.
Such a good reminder of how hard those firefighters work. And
Absolutely.
all of the amazing things that they do. Certainly not an easy task.
No, do we still have Chris or no? No, we don't have Chris. Okay, I'll have to ask him later. I'll ask him later.
New York's 3rd largest fire department is educating the public on what a career as a firefighter looks like.
Yes, 13 Wham's Chris Lopez is finding out firsthand if he has what it takes to become one of them. He is live this morning in Scottsville training with firefighters. Chris, what is it like so far other than hot and heavy?
That's just it. You just described it right there. Hot and heavy. It feels like a giant blanket is on me anywhere where I move left, right, back, forward. We're going to get into some drills, though. I'm here with Captain Lopez right now. And what is going on? What are the audience looking at right now?
Right now is the beginning of what we call the TOAG. I mentioned that earlier, the task-oriented air consumption drill. And this is the first stage where they go on air and they mimic what we do as high-rise fires. We'll go upstairs with a lot of equipment. So this is the start of 8 stations that firefighter Burgos will be going through. And part of this drill is to get them used to working with their air on, which sometimes could be a high level of anxiety for some new recruits, especially because they haven't worked with all this equipment on. So when they first do this, it's an actual shock to them. But by the end of the academy, it's like second nature to them.
And that air adds, like you said, a little bit of anxiety, some claustrophobia we were talking about as well with the mask going on. Is that what you said?
Yeah, so once you put that mask on your face, it's somewhat restricting. It's air flowing as on-demand air. As you breathe in, the air will come to you. But to have a face piece on your face, for some people, it's they discover they're claustrophobic.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, it could be somewhat inhibiting for some of them.
Let us hope that is not me, because this is going to be the first time I'm doing it right now. I'm ready to gear up and get this going.
So we're going to get you geared up.
Yep.
And we're going to have someone escort you up, and you're going to nail this, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
So what we have here is we got the guys working like a bunch of bees here, getting them all masked up. We're going to make sure he has a good seal. They're getting his Nomex hood on, which further inhibits and gives you that enclosed feeling. Now that's an alarm that he'll move his hips to make sure.
Okay. All right.
And now Chris is just about to get on air. There you go. So I will walk over here. Chris, we're gonna carry this about 45-pound, 2.5-inch hose, and he's gonna go up to the top and then come right back down. Take your time. And so just for safety purposes, we do have an instructor with him,
Chris, can you run?
but we're fully confident he's gonna make it.
Put some effort into it?
So now,
He looks great. He's
He
doing
looks
great.
fantastic. He does.
I'm sorry, Firefighter Burgos, who just went up and down this exercise, how much air did you consume? How was it for you?
It's a good feeling. When you go in, you have to make sure you control your breathing. So definitely taking deep breaths and exhaling slowly and paying attention will really help you.
So this is something that the recruits have learned early in the academy. I'm here also with Lieutenant Jackie Sierra, and she has been part of the academy staff here. Why don't you please explain some of the things that they have to go through to get to this?
Absolutely. So some of the things that we look for while the recruit firefighter is doing the stair climb, first is that they maintain integrity with the hose. They don't drop it. Like you mentioned, it's about 40 to 50 pounds of hose, depending on the size. We're also looking that they climb up fast, but not running. So one major thing with this is wearing the mask. It can obstruct your vision. So we want to make sure nobody gets hurt. We have to get to the fire to put it out. So we want to make sure that they're walking rapidly, but not running.
Excellent. So now Chris is done. Let's open him up real quick, guys. How do you feel?
Wonderful.
One. So as you can see, it's a little bit taxing on the body. This is just the first station. They have to go through 7 more. How do you feel?
Like, all the oxygen left my body halfway through.
Yeah.
And I knew I was on live television, so I had to make it back down.
We're
in
so
order to talk
impressed.
Chris.
We're
to our wonderful
so
audience in
impressed,
Dan Abbey.
Chris.
That was really
Well,
great.
you can see,
Really amazing.
That was
a little bit of
really
work.
great.
And usually the firefighters have to do, not usually, they all have to do 7 more stations, still on air, and moving right along, mimicking tasks that are firefighter tasks.
I did the baby version.
Yes. we're walking you through. We're walking
through.
Yeah.
That was tough, ladies and gentlemen.
We got more
Dan,
time,
Abby,
Chris.
I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio.
Plenty of time. Chris, I do have can I ask him a question? Is he still there? I want to ask him.
What are you going to ask him?
Don't worry about it. Chris, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. So you're still there. You're like officially a firefighter now. I want to know, are you going to be in the Rochester firefighters calendar? Because listen, there are people sitting at home. There are people sitting at home this morning saying to themselves, that uniform's looking pretty good on our pal Chris.
Oh, the calendar. There's a Rochester firefighter calendar.
Yes, there is.
I highly doubt anyone wants to look at me in the month of July, let alone any other month.
We would buy a
No, I
copy
doubt it.
and we would
I doubt it.
plaster those pictures all over the newsroom, my friend.
Love it,
all over the
Chris.
newsroom. Thank you. Take a water break. Cool off.
It's 7:13. Much more ahead on Good Day Rochester. We're back after this. That would be ideal. That would be ideal.
Yeah.
All right, well, the Rochester Fire Department has been educating everybody about what a career as a firefighter looks like.
Yeah, it's a tough job. We'll tell you what, 13 Wham's Chris Lopez is getting firsthand experience, seeing if he is cut out for the uniform he's currently wearing. Chris, what has it been like so far? We've seen you work, but is it really tough?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. The oxygen on O2 was, you can hear yourself taking in too much oxygen. As I was going up those stairs, I could feel me just inhaling way too much, and I would try and slow it down. But we're going to start to move into some other phases of this evolution. I'm still here with Captain Lopez.
Yes.
And what do we got going on right here?
So in this next evolution, this next task, you would normally be going from that to this right away, right? So this is what we call the dummy drag. So the firefighter now will drag a 160-pound mannequin. He has to drag it 30 feet, come back around the cone, and bring it back. Again, this mimics what we would do if we had to drag someone out of a burning building or drag one of our own.
And are we looking for any type of speed or just the efficiency here?
We're looking for a little bit of both. Obviously, if you had to get to this point, it's not good.
Yeah.
So move a little bit, but be very efficient at the same time. And we're also trying to control our breathing the whole time.
Okay. And then am I going to get into it right now?
Well, first of all, you're going to do 2 stations in a row because we want to challenge you. That looked too easy for you when you did the stair climb, you know? So once you're done with that, we're going to bring you to what we call the tool carry. Again, we're going to carry our saws. As you see, he's bringing one saw down. This is what you're going to need to do. Now you're going to pick them both up. He's going to walk down 40 feet. He's going to turn the cone and bring it back up and put the tools back, just like you're taking saws off the fire truck. These are saws that we would use to go to the roof with. The forcible entry saws that we would open up a commercial building, for example.
Okay. And this is all with oxygen, correct?
You're on air.
On air,
Just normal ambient air. We don't use oxygen. It's an accelerant. It's not really good to have on your back all the time. But you go into a fire superheated area, so you just have natural air.
Okay.
All right. So
let's
now
get into this.
We're gonna put you on this thing, and you're gonna rock it out, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try.
All right.
I'm gonna try.
We're gonna get you guys geared up here, and as you can see, as before, they're working feverishly to get you masked up. So as we know, 160 pounds may not seem like a lot to some people, but to drag it 30 feet, it is taxing. And the whole time we're doing this is trying to get the individual to control his breathing and keep control and work efficiently and quickly. And as you can imagine, if this was 85 degrees right now, you'd be really feeling the stress on your body. Again, that's what we're trying to mimic here. Go ahead and put him on air. All right, you ready, Chris?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's go. He's going to grab it by the handles. All right, here we go. And this is an evolution that we practice a lot, and we're constantly trying to talk to the recruits about rescuing, grabbing people off ladders, off windows. But this is certainly a part of what we do is dragging victims. And we're trying to work in a very efficient and timely manner.
Okay,
Very good. Now, Chris will do his recovery walk just to get a breather, and then he'll go to the tool station. Lieutenant Sierra, explain to what we're doing here in the tool section, please.
So right now, the recruit is required to pick up the saws, place them on the floor safely. and then walk about 75 feet with the tools in hand. Again, we are walking, not running. This will simulate bringing the tools to the fire ground where we will begin operations. A good thing that I like to know is the sequence of all the stations. So we started with the stair climb, which is signifying us getting up to the fire. We did the rescue. So we found the person, now we have to get them out, push ourselves mentally. And then now we begin the work of opening up, finding fire. So that's where we grab our tools. Chris looks like he's doing a good job.
We're going to check out Chris's health right now, actually. Nice job, Chris. Let's open him up.
Take a breath.
Open him up a little bit here. Yeah, you looked a little bit like you worked a little bit, huh, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna pull this off.
You have a nice glisten to you.
How you feel?
I feel short of breath.
Yeah. Just so the people at home know, I mean, this is something that you're doing in succession, right?
Yeah,
So you're doing
that's-
from one station to the other. You're moving, and it's very taxing on the firefighter. But believe it or not, the guys get used to it, and they can actually do this until they completely expend their bottle, and they keep going if you let them. So it's an evolution that we continue to do it in order to get them used to doing this. This is your lifeline. This is what we walk with every day. This is what we're used to carrying. So this is our lifeline. We know it very well.
And I can feel, I want to kick it back to Dan and Abby. I can feel I'm tired midway through, and there's kind of that push to kind of push through it all. And I can only imagine when it's on the line and you're tired, you still have to go. There is no excuse. There is no help me out here. It seems like you would let your teammates down if you got tired and they needed to help you as opposed to help the other person that you guys got called there for.
100%. We're there for each other, and you have to be there for each other. It's a mindset, and some people just don't have it, and others do.
Dan, Abby,
Chris.
back to you in studio. We have a few more exercises and evolutions to go.
Quickly,
Yeah.
with training, do you think you could do all 7 of these activities one after another in succession, like they said?
If I was wanting to, yes.
Okay.
I feel like I could. That would be an absolute horrific morning, though. I'm going to say that.
Rough way to start. All right, thank you.
We're proud
Appreciate
of you, Chris.
it.
Good stuff. Stick around. When we come back, Marty has weather first next. All right, Marty, thank you very much. Time right now is 8:04. The Rochester Fire Department has been interacting with our community and teaching them all about what it takes to have a career as a firefighter.
Yeah, Chris Lopez is getting first-hand experience this morning, is what Dan was trying to say. He's got that uniform on. They're putting him to work. Chris, describe this experience. What has this been like so far for you?
It's been a lot tougher than what I thought it was going to be. It's like once you move through these drills, you're tired halfway through. And one of it is I need to keep going. I'm on live television, so we cannot just stop. That's unacceptable. And 2, I want to do it. There's kind of that competitiveness that kicks into me, and I can only imagine what goes through their minds when they're actually doing this in real time with a fire, with lives on the line. After the training is over, there is no more training. It's a real thing. It's a real call. So I can only imagine, really can't actually imagine, to be honest, what it feels like to go through all of this. I'm here with Captain Lopez, and we've been going through this all morning.
Mm-hmm.
We have more drills to go through now.
We do.
2 of which we're looking at. What is this first one here to your right?
Well, first, I'm glad you're still here. You haven't left yet. So this one's going to replicate what we do. It's forcible entry.
Okay.
And so firefighter Fratelli will strike the tire 10 times. And again, this is all succession. We're going from station to station, so you're pretty gassed. And we're setting up 10 strikes again, efficiency, trying to control his breathing. And once he's done with that, we're going to head over to the pike push and pull.
Pike, push, and pull.
Pull.
Oh, okay.
And so what's going on here is firefighter Denmark Brown is going to, what we do is when we go in fires, we breach ceilings. And in order, we breach ceilings to look for fire, smoke, hidden fire, overhaul it's called. So now this kind of mimics that. So we have 80 pounds on the left here and 50 pounds behind him. And he has to do this 4 sets, 5 pulls, and then 3 push. And again, this mimics what we call overhaul. We're opening ceilings and looking for hidden fire in the ceilings.
And out of all the drills, I'm not exactly sure. This one is the most kind of unreassuring. I'm going to hand this off to you, and we're going to get to it.
All right, as you see, it is taxing, Chris, so good luck. We're all counting on you. It is all these evolutions that we are doing is to prepare the firefighter to not only do the job as a firefighter, but also to learn how to work with his SCBA, being on air with all this equipment, learn how to control his breathing, learn how to be efficient with his breathing. This is all part of the evolution. This is done early to give the recruit an idea of what he's getting himself into, and then we reinforce these skill sets throughout the academy. We just need to move a little bit. There you go. And here we go. Lieutenant Sierra, what are we seeing here?
So right now, we're just counting the swings. We're making sure that he's keeping control of the tool and using, the force of the tool, not overexerting himself with his upper body strength.
So now he's going to go and do the pike push and pull. This could be rather taxing. Remember, this is the 8th task that they have to complete. They have done 7 in a row, so this can be pretty taxing on the firefighter. And we're trying to really make them work. So now he's going to pull.
Ready?
Again, and because one of the things we do, this is towards the end of the evolution, in house fires, you are doing an abundant amount of work, and then you have to do this. You have to breach ceilings in order to look for fire, which it can be quite taxing.
So this is really good for the public because this is often something that we do that they don't. And it's a crucial part. It prevents, reignition of fires.
Yeah. All right, 5 more.
You see, Chris is working hard.
Okay.
This is all part of it. All right, and he's done. Nice job. Let's open him up, please. How you feeling? Okay, he feels great. So again, Chris, this is something that's done in succession. You've completed the 8th task. How do you think we would have done if you would have done all of them in a row?
At this point, I'm probably running very low on my own oxygen. And, because you could just see me right now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty obliterated right now.
Right.
This would be very, very tough. I can't imagine.
It's very taxing, and it is for a reason. This is a tough job. We do this winter, summer, rain, shine. It doesn't matter. Fires happen at all given times. So we all have to be prepared for that. And this is part of the drill that we go through, that we give the recruits through.
Is there a way to train for this at all? These exercises? Can someone who is watching right now who aspires to be a firefighter, can they do some type of workout to train for this?
I would, if I can, I would tell people who have an interest in firefighting is, look online, come in exercising. This is very taxing on the body. Come in with the right attitude. This is a different mindset. This is a tough job. We are a family, and those are all things that you need to embrace. If you spend a lot of time on the couch, this is probably not the place to start. Get in the gym, work hard, and then we'll get you in firefighting shape.
Dan, Abby, I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio. 10 out of 10 tough.
Abby is arguing with me. because we just heard him say, if you spend time on the couch, this probably isn't for you. And she said, that is so you. It's not. I want to try this, Chris. I think I would do well.
I think you would too. You've got the determination. You've got
I do. That's
drive.
what a lot of it takes. Thank you, sir.
I hope you shower before you come back to the station. That's all I'm going to say. It's 8:11. We're back after this. All right, hey, New York's third largest fire department has been interacting and educating everybody about life as a firefighter.
Yeah, 13 Wham's Chris Lopez has been getting some firsthand experience all morning long. He's been hanging out with the department. He's in uniform for us. Chris, ooh, we got, are those goggles or glasses?
Yes, Dan, yes, Abby, these are goggles. So we have been going through what it takes to even just pass that initial phase to get to even train how to be a firefighter and get to these advanced tactics. We're gonna get into some door breaching right now. I'm here with Captain Lopez, and we'll say I've passed everything, and we have moved into the, is this the academy?
You did a fine job.
Thank
Really
you,
good,
I
yeah.
appreciate it. And this is the door breach. How vital is this drill, this phase in the training?
So the forcible entry prop is forcing entry is something that we train on pretty much every day. We need to get in places, and if house is on fire, if people need help inside and we can't get in because the doors are locked, we train all the time in getting in, forcing that door, forcing entry, whether it be with a set of tools, whether it be with saws, one way or another, we're going to get in.
And right here, here's the demonstration, and there's two separate door styles, right? And what's this one right here, and how does it differ from the other one?
So this is an outward swinging door. So we would attack this quite a little bit different than we would an inward swinging door.
Okay.
All with the objective is to force the door, maintain control of the door, and make sure that we didn't destroy the door. We can easily smash the door in, if you will, but we want to control that flow path. What happens is if we just smash the door and we're not ready to go in right away, we've introduced a lot of oxygen to that fire.
Okay.
So we want to make sure we force the door, open it. We tell the guys, you ready? We close the door and they say, yep. And then when they're ready, we open the door and then we all make entry, ready to attack that fire.
All right, and we're going to get into this before I get into this. So
Yes.
Can we see the demonstration right now?
Yeah, so firefighter Hayes and firefighter Denmark Brown are going to demonstrate an outward swinging door. He's going to come up the door. He's going to size the door up. He's going to see that it's hinges. It's an outward swinging door. He's going to make sure that it's locked. It's very embarrassing that you force the door.
That would be embarrassing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you want to try before you pry. He's confirmed that it's locked. Now he's going to call his partner over, and he's going to soften it up a little bit, maybe look for a couple of spots. Yep, and now he's going to set his adz end of his Halligan, and he's going to call for his partner to take some hits.
Hit. Good.
So now he's told his partner to stop, and now he's going to force the door. Force the door. Got it open. He controls the door, and he closes it back up, ready to make entry.
Okay.
So that was pretty smooth. Nice job, guys.
All right, now.
So now it's your turn.
Okay.
The objective here is to open the door as quickly, as efficiently as possible, and don't hurt yourself. Okay?
Okay.
We have EMS standing by.
Okay,
Got it? All right,
I
you're
got you.
good?
I trust you guys.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Now.
So you're going to make sure that the outward swinging door,
Out.
you're going to make sure it's locked. You can't
Check
get
the
in.
lock. Maybe
Yeah, you're going to soften it up, see where the locks are. Good, good. Now you're going to set your tool. Maybe get your hands a little bit further away from the striking area. There you go. You're going to now command your partner to hit it when you want.
hit. Drive.
All right, control your door.
Check.
Close it back up. Nice job. Nice job. Very nice. Very efficient. Safely done, and no one got hurt. Nice job. All right.
And can I just leave this?
Yeah, leave it open.
Okay.
Nobody's going to run out.
And
You take that.
with all this training, what other stuff do you guys do beyond this that's vital to you guys?
As you see the building behind you here, this is the burn building. We have propane fire, so we'll always we're stretching lines in there, taking hoses off the truck, off the engine, going in there and spraying water. We're doing searches. Guys are with ladders going into windows, searching for victims. Over there, if you see to my right, we have what we call a roof prop. At house fires at our upper levels, we'll cut holes in the roof, we'll ladder the building, and we'll get on our saws, our tools, and we'll actually go up there and we'll cut holes in the building. Stuff that we do. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I want to talk to some of these guys and girls over here. You guys are brand new firefighters, correct?
Yes, sir.
What's one thing someone's watching right now that may be thinking about becoming a firefighter? What would you let them know right now they are watching?
You can do it. Just chase your dream and try. You know, all you can do is try.
What's some physical advice that you guys would give them if they're prepping for this? This was pretty tough.
I would say mainly get your cardio, get a lot of running in, do great push-ups, sit-ups, have your core right, and really just push yourself to be better. That's all.
And then why did you two want to become firefighters? Anything, you guys could have done anything in the world. You wanted to run into burning buildings and save people. Why did you want to do this?
I look for a challenge in life. So I looked in our local city and I seen the fire department and I took it on.
To go off of what Burgo said, I just wanted to do something that mattered, something I could be proud of, and this was that thing.
I love it. Dan, Abby, I'm going to send it back to you guys. Everyone at home, please give these guys a round of applause. I know they can't hear it, but these guys have been wonderful this morning, just giving me a sneak peek as to what they even go through. Back to you guys in studio.
Legit is what you heard. This is legit.
Yes, it is.
That is what you heard. Chris, you have done a fantastic job out there this morning.
Chris.
I'm wondering if you can ask the, is it Chief Lopez or Captain Lopez?
Captain Lopez.
Can you ask him, we want to know, would they hire you? Would you get the job?
That's quite embarrassing, Dan, but I'm going to go ahead and ask.
Thank you.
Would you hire, they are asking, would you hire me? Would I get the job? Or would you just put me in the recruiting cycle at least?
I think we can work with you. I'm willing to take that task on.
I'm going to take that to the bank, and then I'm going to deposit that check.
You should. You should.
We're good.
Spend some of it on us because we got you the job. Thank you, sir.
Time right now is 8:39. Marty has weather first after the break. Coming up next.